Before I jump right into the report itself, I just want to ask all the Muslim women in the audience, have you experienced any of this? Does any of this, is familiar to you? Can you relate to any of this? Do you know anyone who has experienced something like this? I see some nods in the audience. I see some smiling faces as well. So these are some of the comments shared by our survey participants in the report in terms of when we're doing the research. And this is what we're going to discuss today. The Muslim Women in Travel Report 2019. So my name is Rauda. I'm in charge of marketing at Halal Trip and Crescent Rating. And we're all very excited to be launching this report today. We've worked very hard. It was a long time coming, and I'm going to share with you some key findings. So before we do that, let's take a step back and see how far we have come. Since 2008-09, started the rise of the halal travel market. So then about 2012, Crescent Rating released our first ever report on the general Muslim travel market. So then we examined, on a macro level, what did the halal travel market, how big is the size, the needs, general needs. And about from 2014-15, we started seeing the travel industry really embracing halal market. So you see that in the services, it started to improve general awareness, education, and we released a couple of reports then as well. So you have the Global Muslim Travel Index, we have Halal Travel Frontier Report, we have Ramadan Report, Shopping Report, but this all still examined, the general market trends. Up till about a couple of years ago, we started to really deep dive into the different profiles within the Muslim travelers. And this started with the Muslim Millennial Travel Market, the Digital Muslim Report that we did, the Gen Z report which we're going to discuss today, and the Muslim Women in Travel Report today, which we're going to talk about. So really what we want to do is we're going to be exploring uncharted territories. We're going to go to a place where no person has gone before. We're going to keep continuing doing that in the next few years. So that brings me to where we are today. So Hazira, who Nurul has introduced as a Gen Z herself, she's going to be talking about the Gen Z report. And here we have the Muslim Women in Travel, and we are also very excited to be sharing with you our first ever report with the UNHCR. So we're going to launch it about next couple of weeks, so keep your eyes out for the report. And really, it talks about the refugee travel issues and social issues which we are going to be focusing in the next year or so. So back to the Muslim in Travel report, why did we want to do this report? About 2 years ago, when we first started our first ever Halal Travel Frontier Report 2018. So that report documents the different trends that we predict to happen in the next few years. So in the report 2018 and 2019, it was mentioned twice, the rise of female Muslim travelers. So why are they so significant? It's a relentless market, They are traveling more, they're more empowered, and they're traveling more than ever. So we really wanted to understand their trip motivations, their behavior, their spend power, and essentially how they plan to travel. Which brings us to the study. And we uncovered 6 different areas when we were doing the research through online survey as well as focus interviews. So you have travel profiles, motivations, all the way to the use of social media across the different age groups and across the different generations. So I'm just going to share with you some key findings. You can get the full details when you download the report. And now we get to the exciting part. How big are they? So with out of 140 million total Muslim visitors in 2018, close to 50% are Muslim women travelers, with an estimated travel expenditure of $80 billion. And in terms of demographics, you have the majority coming from 20 to 40 years, and the Gen Zs following very close behind. So this is the market size, but how are they traveling? The four main profiles identified are traveling with family, so that includes traveling with a spouse, traveling with other female companions, traveling alone, as well as traveling in a mixed gender group, and the top being traveling with family. So a part of the study is we also wanted to find out how influential they are within each group composition. And there we have the travel influence matrix, which helps you understand the level of influence in each group. And this confirms, our study confirms that Muslim women travelers exert a considerable amount of influence when traveling with, regardless of which group setting they travel in. But you see, prominence goes to traveling in a family. In their capacity as mothers, daughters, and wives, they exert almost as much as twice the level of influence compared to when they travel in other group settings and composition. So now that we know how big the market is, we know the profiles, we know how influential they are when they travel in terms of making decisions. Why are they going overseas? What is their purpose for going overseas? And 90% travel for leisure. You have religious travel coming up next and business travel. So based on these findings that we have gathered, these key findings, we have crafted a few tools or a few kind of diagrams to help the industry better understand and better cater to this market. And we have the profiles mapping, which highlights what I just mentioned, the leisure travelers being the largest, and the 35 to 44 also being the largest age group within that leisure travelers. So we have this profile identification diagram which helps travel industry stakeholders, uncover different permutations of profiles, and which will help you better understand, better integrate it in the training and the marketing. And now we have the Emwitt-Paines model. So what the Emwitt-Paines model is it identifies 5 key areas that pose as a challenge for Muslim women travelers, with identity being at the core. So on top of the general some biases some Muslim women travelers might face when they go overseas, biases like gender, skin color, ethnicity, identifying themselves as Muslims may possibly add another prejudice they might face. So you can find out more about the elaboration of privacy, amenities, and all that in the report. The triple E's: explore, empathize, energize. These are the 3 key characteristics that are driving the passion for travel in Muslim women. And this Emwitt Affinity Impact Model really summarizes everything that we've just talked about. So it helps, it aims to help the industry better understand profiles, facilitate planning, as well as alleviate the pains, which will further activate Muslim women travelers to explore the world, empathize with social issues, environmental issues, and energize those around them. So the triple E's are really the conduit to unlocking new niche markets and ultimately creating a more diverse and holistic travel ecosystem. So let me just end here. Those are really just very briefly the key findings of the report. If you want to find out more, the report has a lot more that you can read up on. And I just want to end here because I wanted to show how Muslim women travelers around the world are different. We all don't look the same, we all don't dress the same, we act different, we look different, and we travel different. So if you want to find out more, you can download the report at crescentreading.com/allreports. It's available. And yes, thank you, that's the end. I would like to invite the next panel of speakers on stage.